How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys see here, we have a beautiful day and we have the S4 out. As you can see, I just washed it, so the paint is sparkling, and this color, when the sun's hitting it, is unbeatable in my opinion. Just looks amazing, and in the shade it's more of a, a sleeper color, I would call it, and it just kind of looks like a normal blue, but then in the sun it really shines through. Anyways, the point of this video is, which car should you buy? A 2024 S4 or a newer M340, or also a 2024 M340? And what I'm going to go over is just kind of the differences between the two cars, and the price difference, the interior, exterior, just kind of the overall review of the two cars and which one you should buy. So let's get into it. All right guys, so let's start with the price of the S4 versus the M340. So this, as you guys know, I explained it in my last video of taking delivery of my car. The price of this car is around 75,000 Canadian. And this is the Technic model. So if you're not familiar with the models with Audi, it goes Comfort, Progressive, Technic. So this is the Technic model. The S4, the lowest that it will come is Progressive, but this is the Technic model. So I will be comparing the Technic model to the M340. And yeah, so this car is around 75,000 Canadian, brand new. And if you had the M340, that I was seeing brand new M340s listed for around $85,000. So it's 10K more brand new than my car. And honestly, I'll explain with the features to come, but that was part of the decision why I decided to go with the S4, because I felt like I was getting more bang for my buck. So next, I'm going to talk about the exterior looks on the S4 compared to the M340. My car, being the S4, I feel like everyone always compares it to, does it look like an A4? Or if you're in the M340, does it look like a 330i? Or does it look like a 3 Series? And honestly, that was another deciding factor for me, because I felt like this S4 had road presence, and you could definitely tell by looking at this that this is an S4 and not an A4. I would definitely start off by, obviously you could see the red S4 badge in the grille, but to start, all the black features and the black optics package just kind of shows it off there. And if you get closer, you can see the wheels with the red brakes and the S logo on the wheels. So this isn't an S-line A4, this is an S4. And if I was talking about the M340, for me, that car looks too much like a 330i, and I'm sure you guys could agree. It's a controversial topic, but I'm sure you guys could agree by looking at a M340, you're always looking for that small M badge right here, kind of on the fender, because you just can't tell that it's an M340 sometimes, and you always think it's a 330i, at least for me. But with this car, I felt like you got that road presence, and that it's an S4 when looking at it. So another huge difference is we're gonna be jumping on the interior. Now this, before I get in, I'm gonna say this has gotta be one of the biggest differences from this S4 compared to the M340. Audi's interior on this car is top notch compared to the M340. So let's get in and take a look. And as you enter, you can see already, you got carbon fiber on the door panels. You have a nice suede on your door panel as well. These seats are insane. These sport bucket seats. You have the S logo, diamond stitching, which is an option, but you have diamond stitching and massaging seats in this S4. Compared to the M340, that's not even an option. So right there alone, and I'm paying less money for this car, but right there alone, that is a huge difference. So you can't even buy massaging seats for BMW unless you go to a 5 Series M, or also, an X5M, M5, all that good stuff. But you have to go up to that price point before you can get massaging seats. And honestly, these seats are one of the most comfortable I've sat in. So I definitely recommend checking out an S4 if you guys are looking for an M340, because this is the comparable. So let's talk about performance on these two cars. So the S4 has 349 horsepower, 369 foot-pounds of torque. And now if we're talking about the M340, that has 382 horsepower and 369 torque as well. So in the performance department, on paper, the M340 is quicker and will beat the S4. But then again, how important is that to you when looking at all of the other kind of the overall look and comparison? If that is something you're going for, more performance, then the M340 will take it stock versus stock. Obviously you could tune this car if you wanted to and make it up to that horsepower pretty quick. But again, overall, just looking at everything, I feel like personally the S4 gave me more bang for my buck, and I'm getting more features for a cheaper price. So then again, that's why I ended up with an S4, but I did like the M340. Another thing is the popularity of the car. I see a good amount of M340s on the road. When talking about S4s, since I got this car, I've probably seen maybe 2 other B9.5s or 2024 S4s around my area. So I have seen a ton more M340s. So this car is a little bit, you know, rare if that matters to you. But again, overall look, in my opinion, I feel like the S4 is giving you the better interior, the better exterior. You're gonna lose a little bit on the performance compared to the M340. But again, what's more important to you? So both of these cars have a 6-cylinder engine powering them. The S4 has a 3-liter V6 with a single turbo. The M340 has a inline 6, which is also a 3-liter with a single turbo as well. So the sound that you're gonna get from both of these engines is gonna sound good. My car was optioned with the sports exhaust, so it does sound, you know, amazing coming from factory. Like, I didn't even have to touch the car, it's stock, and it came with that sports exhaust, and it sounds amazing. The M340 with the sports exhaust I've heard as well, and it sounds really good as well. So both cars, you're not gonna sacrifice anything on sound going between the two, which is why I find this comparison between the S4 and the M340 is very, I guess, very popular to everyone. Everyone's looking between these two cars because they are very similar. Just the only difference is one is Audi, one's BMW. All right, guys, so that will wrap up today's video. If you guys did enjoy watching the video, and hopefully this video helped you on comparing the S4 to an M340. I just covered some of the topics that I feel like would really impact your decision. Looks, interior, engine, and just overall kind of comfort of the car. And if you're daily driving it, which most people would with these cars because they're so versatile. Hopefully this helped you. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys wanted to add anything between the S4 and the M340 that you think would be, you know, a deciding factor as well. Let me know down below. And if you guys did enjoy the video, drop a like, also comment, and don't forget to subscribe. We will see you guys in the next video.